set. Don't stand still. If the 8s don't get you, the 7s will. On Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much, and we welcome you to Card Sharks. Good to have you here. Well, if the 8s don't get you, the 7s will. I hope that's not going to be the case. I hope we give away a lot of money today. Thank you, Sandy Underwood of Midland, Texas, for the opening poem. Now let's get to the cards. Dennis and Marky, if you will, start loading in the cards, and we'll meet our players on Card Sharks. Rita Roy, our champion. Hello, Rita.
Hello, Jim.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to be here again.
Aren't you a vision in, what is that, teal green there?
Well, if you say so, it's right.
Won't you tell us again about yourself?
I'm Rita Roy, and I live in Canoga Park, California, and I was formerly from Nova Scotia, Canada. And it's 19 years yesterday since I came out here.
Good. Where in Nova Scotia, if I may ask?
Well, do you know anything about New Glasgow, Nova Scotia?
No, my grandparents came from Antigonish, Nova Scotia.
Really? That's just 40 miles away from where I live.
And you've won $1,550 here in Card Sharks, Rita. Challenger, Tom Mesher. Hi, Tom. Good to see you.
Jim?
Won't you again remind us about yourself?
Well, I'm Tom Mesher. I was born in California, in Santa Monica, and I went to school in Omaha, Nebraska at Creighton University. I have a degree in psychology, which I hope is going to help me a little bit on this show. And I came on, I'm a licensed real estate broker here in Southern California, and I came on a bet with some of my salesmen that said I couldn't get here, and I just want to do it.
Well, you're here, you're doing well. Do you think the psychology degree helps you in real estate?
It sure does in real estate. I wish it had helped me a little more here.
Good luck. Good luck to both of you. And the champions play the upper cards. Rita, the upper cards, the red cards, and Tom, the challenger, the lower cards, the blue deck. The cards, of course, have been shuffled. The players cut them. We play the best 2 games out of 3. Rita won game number 1. So, Tom, you need this game as we start game 2 with a question to you, Rita. Rita, we found 100 newlywed men. Only this time, they were all at least 65 years old. Senior citizen newlyweds. And we asked these senior citizen newlywed men, is your new bride your former high school sweetheart? How many newlywed senior citizens said yes?
I don't believe there would be very many that age because they spread out all over the country. I would say not very many, and possibly about 20, and that's all.
20.
Well, I'd say
high school sweetheart.
I really think it's got to be a lot lower than that, Jim. At age 65, that's a long ways to go back to your high school sweetheart. So I say it's lower.
Well, if it is lower, Tom, you'll get to play the cards first. If not, it'll be Rita. And the actual number of newlywed senior citizens who married their high school sweetheart is 4. You're right, Tom. It's much lower. But it's nice that 4 of them
Big
found
card
each
this
other.
time.
Tom, you start off with a jack.
Jack.
You want it?
Well, there's still a lot of good cards there. I'm going to keep the jack. I'm going to play it lower.
Lower than a jack? No, a queen. And right away, Rita gets a free chance to play an ace.
I go higher, Jim.
You're going to go what?
Lower.
Lower. Lower than an ace. It is a king.
Lower.
Lower than a king. A 7.
I'll freeze.
And we move over the freeze bar. We can't take those cards away. Janice will fill in the space for you, Tom, and you get the question. Tom, we found 100 newlywed women. Now, these are all women who have been married less than 6 months. And we asked them, on your honeymoon, did you miss your mother? How many newlywed women said they did miss their mother?
I don't think any of them missed their mother on their honeymoon. I think it's really got to be a low number. I'll say about 7.
7 missed Mama.
That's a low number, but I think I'll go a little bit higher because I didn't miss my mother that much, but anyway, I'll go a little bit higher.
Okay, I didn't think you did, Rita, somehow. You say higher. The actual number of newlywed women who missed their mother is 5. Not higher, Tom.
All right.
Tom, you've got a jack.
That jack wasn't good to me the last time. I'm going to take a chance and change it this time.
You won the question. You have the right to change it to a 7.
No, it didn't work out. All right, I'll go higher.
Higher than a 7. No, a 5. Oh, and again, Rita with a free chance to play off the 7.
Do I change that, Jim?
No, you cannot change it. You did not win the question.
No, I can't change that.
You have to play it.
Yeah. Lower.
Going against the odds a little, lower than a 7. She's right with a 6.
I'm going to Freeze, Jim.
Freezing it. Rita needs one card for the championship and a crack at the money cards. Rita, we asked 100 congressmen in Washington, D.C. If your wife told you she could not stand the hectic pace of your career any longer, would you drop out of politics? How many congressmen said they would drop out of politics?
That's a big question, but I think maybe that they would not change for their wife, that reason. But I would say maybe about 15.
15 would drop out if their wife said, I can't take it anymore.
Well, I'd have to say that I think the women got a lot of control over them. But that to give up your career as being a congressman, it's kind of hard. I'm going to say it is lower yet.
Even lower than that?
Lower than that. We'll not give it up.
The actual number of congressmen who would drop out of politics is 44, not lower. Rita. Nice to know the family means that much to some of them. Rita, you've got a 6, and now if you'd like, you can change it.
I will change that, please.
Whenever you win the question, you can make that change to a king.
Lower, Jim.
If this is lower, Rita will go for the big money for the win. Yes, with a queen. Rita wins it. Rita, congratulations. And Tom, we thank you for joining us. I hope you had fun.
Yes, it was.
And listen, tell your friends to come on down here. Let's see if they can do better.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tom. Tom Mesher. Rita, come on down with me. And Rita's going to get set to go for the big money with the money cards right after this. Way to go. Back with our champion, Rita Roy. Another $200 in the game, getting you up over $1,600. That's not bad.
Sounds very good.
Did you think you'd do that well when you came down?
Never, no.
Let's see if we can add on to it with a lot of money. Let's get to the money cards. Come on, Rita. I hope they're going to fall well for you this time. And Rita, the money cards have been shuffled and cut. Shanna starts dealing them out. We give you $200 on the bottom line and 3 cards. Move up to the second level. We give you another $200 of betting money and 3 more cards. Remember your minimum bets of $50. Till you get to the top card, the big bet. There you must risk at least half the money. We're with you. Here's $200. And of course, you can change your base card on each of the 3 levels if you need to. Right now, you start with a 4. Pretty good card. What do you want to do?
Higher.
You going to play it?
Yeah, I'll play it.
And how much money are you going to bet?
Oh. 100.
100?
Yeah.
Don't like that one too much, huh? $100, she says, higher than a 4. She's right with a 10 to $300.
I'll go 100 lower.
$100, risking that this is lower than a 10. It is another 4. $400.
And 50 higher.
How much was that, Rita?
50 higher.
50.
50.
Oh, you like the 4 even less this time, huh?
Oh.
All right, $50 higher than a 4. Oh, a 2. You were right, Rita, and they were wrong.
That's right.
Up goes now a good card. A 2. We'll give you the other $200 of betting money. You've got $550, Rita.
Higher.
All of it?
Yeah.
Higher than a 2. Come on, let's double that money. We did with a 3. Still a great card with $1,100.
400 higher.
How much?
400 higher.
400. Couple of 4s showing there, Rita, and a 2. I don't want to talk you into anything. You say 400. Higher? Yes, with a 7. $1,500 and a 7, Rita.
I'll go 500 higher.
500?
500 higher.
You didn't bet much on the 3, but you're going to go 500 on a 7. Rita, I hope you're right.
I shouldn't do that.
$500 higher than a 7? No, it's another 7, and you're down to 1,000. We move up to 7. Now, Rita, you can change it if you'd like before you make the big bet. Then this is a big change. You've got $1,000 and a 6. You've got to bet at least 500. You can bet more. You've got $1,000. What's your big bet with that 6?
I'll go 500 higher.
$500. That this card is higher than a 6? No. And you finish it with $500, Rita. You held back, and that paid off for you. Come on down. Rita, adding that 500 on, you're up to $2,150. And we'll meet a new challenger right after this commercial break. All right, Rita. Janice is dealing out 2 brand new decks of cards, and we'll meet our next challenger on Card Sharks. Bob Demkowitz. Hello, Bob. Welcome. Why don't you tell us about yourself, sir?
My name is Bob Demkowitz. I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. That's it. And I came east. This is west, isn't it?
West.
I came west when I joined the Marine Corps. I liked it so much I stayed. Right now I'm an area supervisor for a restaurant chain in the San Fernando Valley.
Good. Are you enjoying it?
Am I enjoying it?
You're enjoying your work?
Oh, terrific. Love
Good.
it. Wouldn't want to do anything else.
That's nice. And you've cut your cards, I'm sure?
Yes, sir.
Then we are ready to go. Bob, you'll play those lower cards, the blue cards, while Rita plays the upper cards, the red cards.
Good luck, Rita.
Rita, we asked 100 women who have been married 25 years or more. In the past year, 25 years or more, in the past year, have you discovered something about your husband that shocked you? How many women after 25 years of marriage said they discovered something shocking this past year?
Well, I wouldn't be a bit surprised that be quite a number do that, because after all these years, they're allowed to do anything. And I would say, at least 40.
40 found out something shocking in the past year.
Well, the times are changing all the time, but 40, that's kind of high after 25 years. I think it's got to be lower.
So you say lower. The actual number of women married 25 years or more who have discovered something about their husband that shocked them is 11, very much lower. Bob. After 25 years, they kind of know each other pretty well. Bob, you start with a 2.
Oh, that's terrific. Higher.
Higher than a 2, a 10. Lower than a 10, taking a risk, and it pays off.
Freeze it.
Freezing it. Bob needs 2 cards for the first game, and your first question, Bob. Bob, I love this question. We asked 100 millionaires, have you ever gone to a drive-in movie in a chauffeur-driven limousine? How many millionaires did they have?
Well, I don't think I could resist it if I was one, but I think most millionaires have a little more esteem or dignity or whatever. I think it'd be about 12.
12 millionaires have gone to a drive-in with a chauffeur-driven limo.
I would say just for fun of it that they'd like to do it just for fun. And I will say higher.
The actual number of millionaires who've gone to a drive-in movie in a limousine is 2. Not higher, Bob. Yes.
Change it.
Winning the question, you can change the 7 to a king. Great change.
Great. Lower.
Lower than a king. A 5.
All right, higher.
Higher for the first game of the match? No. And Rita gets a break and a free chance to play a 4.
I go higher, Jim.
Higher than a 4. No, a 2. Couldn't take advantage of it. Janice will fill in the spaces. Rita, this question to you. We asked 100 Playboy bunnies. I think they're all here with us. Playboy bunnies, do you ever wear a wedding ring to discourage men from making passes? How many Playboy bunnies said they do?
Well, I think, Jim, that there would be a few do that because there'd be so many pests around. And I will say 25.
25. Bob, what do you think? Higher or lower?
Well, a Playboy bunny with a wedding ring, huh? I don't think anybody checks the ring, to tell you the truth. With something like that standing in front of you, it's got to be lower.
Lower.
Definitely.
The actual number of Playboy bunnies who wear a wedding ring to discourage men is 29. Not lower, Rita. Rita, you're looking at a 4.
Higher, Jim.
Higher than a 4? An ace.
Lower, Jim.
Lower than an ace. A 2.
Higher, Jim.
Higher than a 2. A 9. Freeze. Rita needs 1 card. Bob needs 2 cards. Sudden death. Someone has to win with this play. Bob, we asked 100 men on the beach in Malibu, California. Has a bully ever deliberately kicked sand in your face? We've all heard that. How many said yes?
Was that a bully?
Yes. How many said a bully deliberately kicked sand in their face?
Only in the movies. I'd say it's got to be 9.
Easy for you at your size. He says 9. Higher or lower, Rita?
I think maybe there'd be a little bit higher than that, because there might be somebody a little bit higher.
You think it happens a little more often?
Yeah.
Well, the actual number of men who've had sand kicked in their face by a bully is 10. By 1, it is higher, Rita. Rita, you've got a 9. You need 1 card. Bob has a king, a good card, but he needs 2. Play it or pass it, Rita?
I'm going to play it.
You're going to play it yourself?
Yeah.
Do you want that 9 or you want to change it?
Yes, I'll change
it. Then
yes.
This is a big change. The 9 becomes an 9. Still a 9. Big call.
Lower, Jim.
If it's lower, you've won the game. If it is not lower, Bob wins the game. For the game, it's lower. And Rita wins game 1 at $100. Rita finds a way to win it every time. Can she keep it up? We'll find out right after this. Rita Roy has game number 1 and $100. Janice is dealing out same 2 decks of cards with the next cards off the top of the deck. And Bob, you need this game. And as we left off, the question goes to you, Rita. Rita, we asked 100 housewives across the country, if as a gift someone gave you a cleaning woman for a month, would you clean the house before she arrived?
No, I sure would not.
Well, how many housewives said that they would clean the house first?
Oh, land. I don't think there'd be any more than 5.
5 would clean the house before the cleaning lady got there.
Listen, I'm afraid they would think that she'd tell the whole neighborhood about it, so I'd say it's got to be more. Higher.
Higher. The actual number of housewives who would clean the house before the cleaning woman came is 34. Very much higher, Bob. I think you had a good point there about telling the neighborhood. Bob, you start with an 8.
Change it. Change it. Get rid of it.
Changing the 8 to a queen.
All right,
Good change.
lower.
Lower than a queen. A jack.
Lower again.
Gonna risk it. Lower than a jack. Yes, a 6.
Freeze it.
Freeze. Bob needs 2 cards to tie up the match, and the question goes to you, Bob. Bob, we asked 100 married women. Do you think that wife swapping can ever save a marriage? How many married women said it can save a marriage?
Do you have their names? I know, it's a pretty modernistic world we live in, but I don't know. I think people are pretty old-fashioned about that. You get married, you're kind of like a possession, so I'd say about 12 sounds good.
12 thought that wife swapping could save a marriage sometime.
I would, as he says, I don't think that's a very good idea. I think that maybe that would make matters worse. So I think maybe, let's say 11.
So you say...
Or lower.
Rita will give you 11, 10, 9, 8, all the way down to the bottom, lower. The actual number of married women who think wife swapping can save a marriage is 4. You got that one too, Rita, and you win it. Rita, we'll look at your base card. You start with a 3.
That's a nice card, Jim. I'll go higher.
Higher than a 3. An ace.
Lower, Jim.
Lower than the ace. A 4.
Higher.
Higher than a 4. A 6.
Freeze.
Rita again needing 1 card. Bob needing 2. And Rita, the question to you. Rita, we asked 100 mothers of 16-year-old girls. Who spends more money on clothes, you or your 16-year-old daughter? How many mothers said that they, the mothers, spend more on clothes?
The mothers spend more on clothes. I would say that there wouldn't be that many because the girl takes a lot of clothes to go everywhere she's going. So I'm going to say 24.
24 mothers spend more on clothes than the 16-year-old girls. Bob?
Tough question. I'm not a mother or a 16-year-old, so I think it's going to be lower. I think they want to make their girls look good.
Well, the actual number of mothers who said they spend more on clothes than their teenage daughter is 18. You're right, Bob. It is lower.
Change it.
Bob's not even waiting. He wants to get rid of that 6 with an ace.
All right. I like it. Lower.
Lower than an ace. A jack.
Lower. Go ahead. Lower.
To tie up the match, lower. Yes, Bob ties it up. Each player with 1 game and $100, and we'll take time out for a message of importance. We have a tie. We'll set up for the tiebreaker with 3 cards up there, 3 questions here. Bob, we asked 100 college sorority women. Have you ever told a man at a party that you were going to the bathroom just so you could give him the slip? How many sorority women said that they had?
Personal experience, I'd say about 30.
30. Higher or lower, Rita?
Well, you got more experience than I have, but I'm going to say higher.
Higher. The actual number of sorority women who've told a man they were going to the bathroom to give him the slip is 71. Very much higher, Rita. Wow. Rita, you have a 5.
Go higher.
Higher than a 5. It is a 10.
Lower.
To try to win it for the championship. Yes, Rita wins it again. Rita, congratulations, Bob. Thank you for joining us. And thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next time. Rita goes for the big money on Card Sharks. Bye-bye. Come on down, Rita.
Who were you expecting? Santa Claus?
Thank heavens, Classic Hollywood Squares has arrived, premiering April 15th at 8:30 Eastern, only on Game Show Network.